I've added a few new supplements into my daily routine, and I just wanted to share them with you guys. First, we have Sport Research's vitamin D3 and K2. It supports bone and immune health. We also have Trace Minerals Magnesium, which helps you fall asleep, and as we know, sleep can be such a game changer for athletic performance. And lastly, we have California Gold Nutrition's Collagen, which is great for recovery. And here's a sweet deal for you. Use my code Harriet20 at checkout for up to 20% off. Head to iherb.com and start saving on all your essentials today.
Welcome back to the second vlog. Except I didn't really vlog. So we're going to discuss this video shoot while we have our daily tea. Delicious. I'm having an Irish breakfast is what this tea is. And I just got it. Usually I have green tea around this time, but I like this. It's a good one, so I recommend it. But let's talk about the point of this video. So I had another shoot in Milwaukee. If you haven't seen my last one, you can go check my channel. The previous one was an NIL shoot for a Troy basketball player during March Madness. This one was through the same agency that connected me with the athlete. But this one was for a track and field athlete who goes to Marquette. She's a pole vaulter and she's representing a supplement brand, and that's what the point of this video was. I did vlog a little bit and you'll see those clips in here. Okay, I'm gonna go get a shot of the waves. I think that's why I wanna start this video. It's very windy. A lot of people staring at me vlogging, but they don't know I don't got no followers. The shoot itself only lasts about 30, 45 minutes max. The only real difficulties of this was the cold and the wind that was coming off, but it wasn't too bad. It wasn't a very complicated edit. It was a pretty straightforward project. Let's see how it came to life. I still can't fathom that that's a lake. That looks like an ocean. There's no way that's a lake. So once I arrived at the beach, I did some quick scouting. I found a spot I liked, but I had to move down the beach a little bit because this big group arrived. They weren't bothering or anything. They were in my shot. So I had to move down the beach a little bit. Wasn't an issue. And once I got down, I was still waiting for it to arrive. So I decided to get the first shots that would start off the video. Kind of what I had in my head for this, which is just setting the scene, which is the waves crashing, the sand, there's some seashells. And I like these shots specifically because these are pretty good shots of the waves, and I can always come back to these if I need them for any reason. I also saw some goals sitting there, so I decided to get some shots of them as well. You're going in the video, buddy. As soon as I saw them, I knew those were going in. I actually got the sound effects off Artlist. It's actually not their sound. But then she arrived. We did have to work quickly though, because I didn't want to keep her for too long. We didn't need to be there. And it was cold. The cold was a little bit of an issue, but not too bad. I knew track and field had very intense technique stuff, so I just asked her if she had anything that she could do, and she just said she could do a warm up, which was perfect. So I just had her go just back and forth. I had my Sony a7 IV, which I'm using to film this right now, and a Sigma 24-70 lens. I also use my 16mm at the end for a few shots, but most of these shots are with the 24-70. What I focused on these shots was obviously different angles. I also did some quick movements where I'd focus on her running and then I'd go down the sand and, you know, I have a full body shot of her running and then I'd zoom down into her feet. Also, I used that sun. It was 5 o'clock when we did this shoot, so the sun was a little lower. And then this is kind of a given with me with these type of shoots. With if they're running or anything, I'll give them my camera. And this is why I put the 16mm on. It's a little bit wider of a lens. I just gave her my camera. I have her hold it kind of by the lens and just kind of run and give a POV shot. We did a few shots to make sure that it's getting her legs and her feet running, but it's just not a bad shot. And took a couple tries, but she got it. And then she also volunteered to take it down right next to the waves because we were 20 feet in from the shore, but she was like, can I just run over there? And I was like, yeah, perfect, do that. It was a great shot, and I actually ended up using it, so shout out her for that. So that part was over. It was very quick. It was a voiceover video, so I just needed shots of her, you know, using the supplements and then showing them in her hands, smiling, thumbs up, just different shots of that. A couple different angles, same thing as before, it's just a little less. This is where the wind was an issue, so we had to head back to the cars, and I just had to go in her car to do it. And after she was done, came out and showed me it was all good, and that was it. It was about a 30 to 45 minute shoot. Was not long at all. Got in and out of there, and after that, headed back to Chicago, and I started editing it. For the editing portion, it's not a very complicated edit. Most of the work is in the shots themselves, but for the audio, I needed to help out a little bit with the flows, and I ended up liking this song. I got it off Artlist, and I went with it, and after that, I just started putting the clips on the track, and just in the order I wanted to. I set the scene with the beach clips and the waves crashing, and got those sound effects off Artlist as well. I'm not sponsored, I just where I get my copyright-free stuff. After the waves crashing, I also put those seagulls on there, and then I used that shot of her looking at the camera with the supplements, and then I just went into like a quick little edit just to kind of set the pace, change the pacing a little bit. And with this part, as she's talked about each supplement, I would show it on camera, and then I would go back to her working out. So it'd be going back and forth, so it's a good flow. The viewer's not getting too bored, and it's just a mix of her working out, but also using the supplement. I really just moved around clips, see what flowed well. And it's these type of shoots that really help with shooting well. It makes the editing a lot easier. And then after she was done talking about each supplement, I went right into the call to action using her discount code, because this video was only supposed to be 30 seconds and we hit that right on the mark. So just went right into the ending of the video. But after that, I exported it, sent it off, and it got approved. And that's it. Like I said, it was a pretty straightforward project. I do like how the final product turned out, as did they. If you know of anyone who needs video or photo services, send them my way. I am located in the Chicagoland area, but I do travel a lot for work. I actually have to go to Florida this week for a video shoot, so stay tuned for that. But that's the end of this video. If you made it this far, I appreciate you, and look out for the next one.